Hi, sorry for the awkward angle. If you could ignore it for the rest of the video. Today we're going to be talking about a subject that interests me a lot, actually. It's John Titor. So if you don't know who John Titor is an alleged time traveler. Alleged because it's not proven, but personally believe in this story because that's what it is. It's a story. And I'm going to tell you why I believe in it. Essentially, back in the very, very early days of the internet, I'm talking 2000, 2001. This was before I was even born. I was born 2002. Very early days of the internet. There was this guy by the name of John.
There really was a guy named John who claimed to be a time traveler that was going around online forums and telling people about what was happening in 2036, which is the year that he came from. And after a little while, John completely disappeared from the internet.
So according to him, in his timeline, 2036, the whole world is recovering from World War III. He came back not because of World War III, but because in 2036, according to him, there will be another Y2K scare like there was in 2000.
Basic idea on Y2K was that what date is a computer going to think it is when we get to 2000?
January 1st, 2000. Elevators may stop. Credit cards and ATMs may cease to function. Airplanes and trains may come to a halt.
People were terrified the world was going to end.
This is not one of the summer movies where you can close your eyes during the scary parts.
Don't get in an elevator. That's like her word. She's like, you're not allowed to get in an elevator. So I was like, okay, mommy, I'll stay away from that one. But, you know, planes, the whole bit, you know, money. She's like, I think she's like stocking food for the next 2 years.
Now, John never himself stated that he did something to prevent Y2K from happening, but a lot of people do believe that because he arrived, it sort of shifted the timeline, and what people thought Y2K was going to be never ended up actually coming to fruition. So that was me laying the foundation. Everything from this video is from John Titor himself, answering questions basically from people in chats.
Dear Art, I had facts when I heard other time travelers calling in from any time past the year 2500 AD. Please let me explain. You can alter history in the new universe that you have just created. Most of the time, the changes are subtle. Sometimes I'll notice car models that don't exist or books that come out late. The oldest one was a skyscraper that wasn't built in a near-favorite store of mine in New York.
So, just a couple days before the shooting took place, someone by the name of John, High Incident Project. They want to make the American public think that places with extremely high security aren't safe. They trying to create more regulations. You will see laws proposed within the next few years to put up more metal detectors and other security devices. Media and politicians will be saying places with a lot of police need even more police. Can't guarantee anything will happen tomorrow. Las Vegas is on their minds. John.
Matter of seconds, a country music festival turned tragic, a storm of gunfire raining down upon an innocent crowd.
He was shooting everybody, and there was dead people everywhere, and I don't even know what was happening. He was just shooting randomly.
The post that he made on this website, like, this was not even a year ago. This was like
2017. This was before
fall.
This event happened.
He said, look, I feel bad for some of you on this website, so I'll let you in on a little secret. If you live in Las Vegas or Henderson, stay inside tomorrow. Don't go anywhere where there are large groups of people. And if you see 3 black vans parked next to each other, immediately leave the area. You're welcome. John.
За победу! Ура!
So another thing I found really interesting, John said that there was going to be a civil war. He said that this would take place in 2004, obviously that we know about at least. No civil war, but if you look at it from a lens of the timeline could have changed and maybe he had altered this universe to where it happened in a different time, it looks like as if it's happening right now. And I mean, anyone can like sort of predict a war and say, oh, a civil war is going to happen, but you know, it's pretty specific, and especially with the other predictions he got right. Also, mind you, this is what played every time you would start up and get on the internet back in the day. So it's like you had to go through all this just to get on the Wi-Fi back then. It's like, that's how old this is. Someone asked, what is the entertainment industry like in 2036? Entertainment is less centralized. There are movies and TV, but everything is distributed over the net. And more people produce their own quote-unquote shows. He would eventually post proof of his time travel machine, according to him, and I believe how it worked. It's kind of like Happy Death Day, Groundhog Day, if you've seen those movies, where essentially time keeps on repeating and repeating and everything just happens the exact same. So essentially he hops in the front seat, has the black hole machine in the back seat, and because he is so close to it, encompasses the whole car. And the car doesn't have to be moving. He actually said that the car was stationary the whole time during this, so it's like Back to the Future, but not really, as in it doesn't move. The car stays put. The machine is basically doing all the work. It creates black holes, and those black holes essentially, from my understanding, create gravitational pull, and that gravitational pull sort of like warps time in the car. This sounds insane, but believe me, it's kind of like a math problem, right? Sometimes you can solve a math problem, the difficult part is explaining it, and sometimes you can't solve a math problem, but it doesn't mean it can't be solved, right? So to put it in a way that I understand it, this may not be exactly how it works, but I understood it like you put the machine in the back, and since you and your car are very close to it, it creates essentially like a gravitational bubble. Think of like Violet from The Incredibles, that sort of thing. And because you are in that bubble, that gravitational pull, it creates sort of like that replay effect when you rewind in a movie. Because you are the only one in that bubble, and your car as well, you essentially rewind time, like how when you rewind in a movie. And because you are the only one in that bubble, you are the only one going back in time, while everybody else sort of just stays living their life per normal. And because you are now in a different timeline, you are essentially in your own universe where everything else is playing out as it would when you rewind a movie. You know what I mean? Everything else is the same as in the past. What's interesting is John said that whenever he would jump timelines, there would be a 1 to 2% difference, essentially. And so how I think about it is, you have like your local Target, your local Walmart, right? That local Target, Walmart has a specific layout that you know. If you go out of city, out of state, or whatever, there are different Targets, Walmarts. Those Targets and Walmarts are likely to have different layouts. And that's sort of how I think about it, is it's like slight differences, essentially like the same thing. Still Target, still Walmart, but it's just slight differences. Like what if that 1 to 2% difference resulted in the 2016 election being changed? I mean, I remember everybody sort of being on Hillary's side, like the media, celebrities, my family, like literally everybody thought Hillary was going to win. Hillary had it in the bag, and came election night, and suddenly, I'm not over exaggerating. People said that they had like a deja vu feeling. It was weird. It's like you really had to be there. If you were there, you probably remember. But it was as people remember Hillary winning, or like feeling like she won, or she would have won, and it didn't happen, obviously. So maybe that was a difference.
This might be a Disney conspiracy that is actually true. When President Donald Trump first appeared in the Hall of Presidents, many people thought that he looked eerily similar to somebody else. People accused Disney of using Hillary Clinton's face instead of Donald Trump's. It was always just a conspiracy, however, until recently an Imagineer confirmed it in a DM to Reply All podcast host Alex Goldman. I don't usually believe in Disney conspiracies, but this one...
But as John Titor would say, though, I have to go. Time is of essence, and I have to go. So, yeah, I hope I didn't make things too awkward, and I hope I put things together in a way that made sense, at least a little bit. Thank you for sticking by, if you stuck by this far, and I hope you have a great day. Drink water. Thank you.